How's it going, guys? My name is Dominic.
It is me, Jamal.
And we are back with the Soul Oasis Podcast.
Whoop, whoop. Episode 1.
Technically.
Yes. Yes. We hope y'all enjoyed the pilot episode, the pilot podcast episode. It was a good introductory thing for us.
Introductory episode, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we spent most of that podcast talking about ourselves, like you said, as introductions, to get things started off, get you to know who we are. Now we can start going on proper tangents and delving into topics not involving us. Well, I guess it involves us
Everything
a little bit.
has me in it. So I just feel like, yeah.
Yeah. It involves us in the sense that this is how we feel about these topics.
Absolutely. We could let them know what we have learned.
I don't know what that was, but hey, we're back.
Let them know what we have lined up for today.
What we have lined up for today?
Yes, our topics we want to hit.
Well, we start with an unfortunate one, a sad one.
Yes.
Pope Francis has passed from this world onto the next.
He did. Pope Francis. There was one. Pope Francis, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You've done a lot, I assume. I hope you can tell us more about it. I'm not a Catholic, but I'm sure you can tell us more about that. We also have some exciting NBA playoff topics.
Supposedly,
it's a lot.
It's
some stuff going on there. We have the draft thing with the NFL, which is crazy. Sixth round
is more than crazy.
What else do we have today?
What else do we have today? Something near and dear to my heart.
Oh,
gaming.
Yeah,
because we're on our Final Fantasy journey right now. He's never really played any of them.
I'm not a Final Fantasy type of person, but
we're gonna make you one.
We're on Game 3. I'm about to say Episode 3. Game 3, Final Fantasy 3, and it's been a doozy. We're dying left and right.
Oh man, gotta grind. Another 10 hours of grinding should get us in the right place.
The grinding of it is what gets me.
Yeah, that's most of the game.
What is that?
It's culture. It's what you have to do.
That's what you grew up with?
This is what I did with most of my time.
All right.
Yeah. But beyond that, a new game just came out. There's a few new games that came out, but the one that's near and dear to my heart, Oblivion Remastered. The Elder Scrolls 4, one of my favorite games of all time. So we'll get to that. He doesn't know much about that either, but
I'm learning it.
Do.
I'm not... I play games, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not a gamer anymore. I think after a while, my attention span is just too short. I can't do it. But we got a good episode for y'all today. And as always, don't forget that we have the most luxurious golden liquid of apple juice. I think we just need to make that known. Apple juice is for you to use.
To all those who have actual culture, one, the Buc-ee's cup. Peep that.
Oh, yes.
Buc-ee's. Best there is. Secondly, what's in the Buc-ee's? Let me get a slurp. Yum. Tea.
Okay.
Yes. Vanilla bean tea, to be specific.
That is very vanilla of you.
Do you see the skin tone?
I do.
Hey, I don't go outside often. I gotta play to my strengths.
Well, again, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for being here.
Indeed.
Absolutely. A thought.
Okay.
So you bear with me.
All right.
Y'all bear with me too.
Please.
I had this director by the name of Jesse Zhao, and he used to start. He starts every rehearsal the same way. We have he has a specific name for it, but it's called a powwow, basically, is what it's called. It's where we can just sit and we can talk about whatever we need to talk about, say it. It's a safe haven, safe space where it's like we listen and we don't judge type of situation.
Kind of what we got going on here.
Kind of, sort of, but it's more so like for us to just say, like, for example, I could say, hey, my mom is in the hospital. Just keep her on your thoughts and prayers. I had a good day. It was a rough week. My back's a little sore. You know, we don't have to make a comment about it. We don't have to say about it. It's just out in the air. for
Okay.
you to have it on your hearts. Would you like to give it a try?
Give it a try. Okay.
Yeah.
What do I got to do?
Well, let me start it off. I can tell you about it. So,
show me.
and again, you don't even have to say anything. I can be like, Dominic, you want to say anything? You'd be like, nah, not today.
I'll say
and that's
something.
cool. That's cool. And I want to be for y'all too. This is a space for y'all to talk to us. Again, we don't even have to comment about it. You can just say, hey, I failed my test today. I'm feeling bad. And we can just, all right, we got you. Or you can say, hey, I found a 4-leaf clover outside. Oh, that's awesome. Just say
Impressive.
whatever you got to say. I'm going to start it off. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Jamal, and I had a pretty good week this week. Work has been great. My clients have been doing good. Again, I'm not too familiar with the whole HIPAA thing, so you gotta cut me off, stop me if I get too in
Hey,
detail.
just
but
don't mention names,
I won't.
conditions,
Won't do it.
genders.
Okay,
Just be as vague as you possibly can about it.
My name is Jamal.
Mhm.
I've had a pretty good, decent week.
That's good.
My clients have been doing good. I have been getting up early. We've been doing a lot of editing, and my week has been good. I did have a blip this week. One of my clients canceled. My second client canceled, and my first client's guardian came, and my higher ups in front of my first person's client was like, Jamal, can you extend your session longer? And don't get me wrong, I would have done it. It was just the fact that you didn't give me a choice. You kind of forced me in a situation. And I didn't like that part. But besides that, it was pretty good. Also, I have a birthday party. A friend of mine, her birthday is today, or about 2 days ago. But I'm going out today to celebrate it with her. Happy
Hey,
birthday.
happy
But
birthday
yeah,
to her.
that's on my mind. What about you? What do you got to let out?
Well, I had a pretty decent week. Same as usual.
Yeah.
We have the same job, but HIPAA, so I can't get into specifics, but pretty good week. Not too much maladaptive behavior from my clients.
That's good.
Let me throw some vocabulary out there for you. Other than that, like you said, a lot of editing. Probably even more editing to come. Yesterday was good. We put some shorts up on Instagram. We're about to put up on YouTube from that introductory episode 0, if you want to call it the pilot. And other than that, something else we forgot to mention. We can get back to it at the end or do it now, but we're getting the last ingredients for our mead today, which is in connection to that Oblivion game, by the way. Skyrim, but same universe. But yeah, exciting things ahead. I'm happy that we're doing this again. I had a pretty decent week, like I said, pretty calming, though mostly uneventful. So,
Okay.
other than one of the greatest video games of all time releasing. Yeah.
And for y'all at home, this is y'all moment. If you have anything that you want to have said, say it. Let us know how you feel about anything.
In the comments.
Yeah.
Should we just sit here quietly for 5 to 7 minutes and just stare at the camera while they
Actually,
talk?
give it like a. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So let's get into it. Let's dive right into it.
All
the
right.
Pope Francis.
He's passed.
All I know about Pope Francis, first off, yes, rest in peace.
Truly.
All I know is popes wear red. And they're Catholic.
know-
I'm so sorry.
Popes do sometimes wear red.
Okay.
A lot of white. And by definition, yes, they are Catholic. Leader of the church.
Okay.
Do you know who the first pope was?
Joseph.
No. Paul.
I was about to say John the Baptist. I don't know.
There is Pope John Paul
Okay.
and Pope John Paul II.
Okay.
Was it Paul?
Oh.
It was Paul. I could just be lying.
You could. Teach me. They'll tell you.
Please
Tell
do.
you.
I am a Catholic, but let's be honest. We can all be better Catholics.
Absolutely. We can all be better people.
All be better Catholics, people, whatever your field is. You can be a better dietitian.
Mm-hmm.
Catholicism isn't my field, but
Yeah.
It's part of my life.
So,
Rest in peace to the Pope.
for those who don't know, like myself, what a pope is or does or the whole thing, what exactly is a pope?
The Pope is, how to explain it? He is the head of the church.
Okay.
Now, technically, the head of the church is God, as he is the head of all churches.
Yeah.
But the Pope is the spiritual center. He is a traditional figure. Like I said, Paul was one of the apostles. He was there. So he was technically the first Pope. And it's gone down from there to teach church doctrine properly.
Okay.
Properly. To the masses, to followers, convert others. He's not over here going out in the field doing stuff, but he is in charge. He is truly in charge of the Catholic Church. There are plenty of Catholics that would debate that, which is fine. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
There's one person we all follow, but he is the spiritual lead of the church itself.
So, from the outside looking in,
Okay. What special powers does he have?
why a pope? Like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about it. I just
Okay.
don't understand. So, for Christians, we have like a pastor, we have guest pastors and stuff like that. But like, for someone to be have a title as pope who has to be voted in, if I remember correctly, like he starts off as a cardinal, right? And then he grows
Probably
from there?
not. No,
Oh,
you were not going
no.
to start off as a cardinal.
Woo, then what's a cardinal?
You dedicate your cardinal is high. You
They're
do
higher
get
than
select.
popes?
No,
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
like if you're the Pope,
yeah.
you've worked your entire life. You were probably started as just a young lad out in Italy somewhere. It could be anywhere. It could be Africa.
Okay.
You go up. Speaking of, there is a candidate.
There's like two that I saw. That's what made me think about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but Pope Francis began not as a cardinal. You don't start as a cardinal. It's tiered. And it's not like it's a lordship. You know, they weren't preordained with these titles.
So can anybody become a cardinal? Can anybody
Yes.
become a pope?
Technically so. All you have to be is Catholic
Mm.
and work your way up. You can, as a priest, because same thing with Pope John Paul II, same thing with everybody before him. Not everybody before him, but a lot of people before him. You start at the lowest of the low, dedicate your entire life to it, work your way up to, bishop, cardinal, all the way up. And then, yes, you have to be voted in a very specific process that I am not completely familiar with.
I get that.
And you become the Pope.
I feel like, again, from the outside looking in, the Pope seems to be held as like a king. And let me explain.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to like rise up and be only one person can have this title is crazy. What about if I became the Pope? This is how I know
Yes.
I got a problem. If I became the Pope,
Mm-hmm.
I would look down. And I know, wait, hear me out.
Immediately abuse authority. That dark wizard energy. From
It
Harry
comes
Potter.
quick. What? You say, hey, Jamal, you have magical powers. Oh, thank you. You have a superpower. I can be nice all day. Jamal, you have a superpower. Oh, what is it? Oh, you can run super fast. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Robin Banks. Right off the ramp. You can't catch
Oh.
me. You can't stop me.
You wouldn't use it to stop people from robbing banks?
I would
then
because
get
I
the
want to be the
reward
only
from that?
one. No.
All right.
No. Why would I do that? They can't stop me. Also, what's the
Okay.
point of me stopping them if, like, who can stop me? You can't stop. Never mind.
I feel like there's something better you could do with super speed than robbing banks.
I mean, yeah, probably like become the president.
Why is it such a different? I don't feel like they're going to appreciate you robbing banks, first off.
Well, if I didn't rob a bank, then I
Also,
would.
How
become
does that
president.
apply to being the president? Maybe people trust you because now you're a superhero.
Who's going to stop me?
You still have to be voted in.
if y'all don't vote me,
hell, the news could have you looking like a villain within the hour.
I'll go save a cat from a tree or something.
All right, man. We're getting off topic, and you are
back to the Pope.
Ridiculous.
The Pope, though, isn't
the Pope
like
has
from
special
the outside?
powers.
He seems like he's like you have to be voted in, you have to do all this stuff to rise.
Indeed.
But isn't the point of Christianity or being a Catholic is to be on one accord to worship and praise Jesus Christ or God?
Exactly.
So why
humble
even
position.
have that position in the first place?
That position is ceremonial in a sense. It is to be like in the United States of America, we have a president of the United States.
Correct.
But he is not
The one making the laws
above
and
all others. He's
Okay.
the most powerful man in the country, probably the world. But according to our Constitution, he's just as equal as everybody else.
Hmm.
You could argue against it because there are certain like presidential powers. If you'd make an official action, you're not going to go to jail for it.
Yeah.
But in the Constitution, we are seen as all equal under God. No, that sort of thing. With the Pope, he's supposed to be
Yes.
equal to all other Catholics, all other men and women. He is just a spiritual lead. Like he is basically the president, I don't know how to, of the church. So
Yeah.
he's the one helping make decisions. And he can't all of a sudden like demand all cardinals to go out into the world and, tell people that Lucifer is actually a good guy, like something like that. He can't force people to change in the entirety of the faith.
Okay.
But he is a spiritual center. He is looked up to as someone who is incredibly close to God. And also I was talking about how you've worked your way up.
Yeah.
There is the same thing with cardinals, bishops, that sort of thing. But somebody who becomes the Pope, they've dedicated their entirety to the faith. And I wouldn't say he's the original because Catholicism has only been around as long as Jesus has, technically. He's technically the founder of the Catholic Church by definition of the faith.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still for everybody in the sense that the Pope isn't just for Catholics. He's for Christianity in general. He's not going to go over to the Anglican Church, the Methodists over here, the Presbyterians, and demand they provide succor or something like that. But by definition, the Pope looks to all.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm interested to see who they choose. The people they chose, the two front runners are very closely tied to Pope Francis, or were. Still are, spiritually speaking.
Is it are the cardinals the only people who get to vote? Do like pastor, or I don't know what y'all are called.
I'll be real with you. I have no
idea.
I have an idea. Yes, but it's a specific process. I've heard that the cardinals, you guys can let us know down below. I'm sure quite a few of you know way more than us. But the cardinals do vote on the Pope, but they take others' consideration in as well. They're not going, if somebody is incredibly disliked for whatever reason.
Yes.
Like you have a cardinal that for some reason, I don't know, is performing drone strikes on civilians in their off time. Like it's not likely, but if they're not popular or thought to be in a position that would benefit the Catholic Church, they aren't really going to be considered. And if people tell them, the cardinals, certain things, whatever. It's almost like, it's not even almost, it's political in a sense. Like I was saying, the two front runners that I've been seeing are tied to Pope Francis, who was seen as a very liberal pope.
Yes.
and there's nothing wrong if you prefer liberal popes compared to conservative popes compared to fence popes, whatever you want to call them. That's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, they have to be conservative to a certain amount of the Bible, liberal enough to go out and help others. But the front runners are seen as, excuse me, very Pope Francis-esque, if you will. Yeah. Pope Francis was known for being a very humble man and also very accepting, which is good. And some people didn't enjoy it. You know, he was seemingly, while he wouldn't bless gay marriage, he would bless the individuals in them.
Okay.
And he said, hey, if I can't bless the union because by definition, God did not allow this, but he loves you each just as much as everybody else. Why would I not bless you?
Absolutely.
And people were not happy with that. Some very hardline individuals were, nah. I don't see why you wouldn't bless individuals.
Yeah, if your religion doesn't let you bless the act, then the individual himself is fine, I feel.
If mass murderers have been blessed,
Right.
if people who are seen as some of the most evil men in history, the popes have reached their hands out and offered blessings to them in the hope of and prosperity and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I don't see why you wouldn't. That's another discussion. We can have some other time. Catholics, you can let me know what you think.
Please.
Non-Catholics, please let me know what you think.
Please let me know what
Yeah,
you
let
think.
him
Maybe
know.
I'm just, like I said, I'm oblivious to everything Catholic besides like
Catholics
mass and
Catholics have I mean, every denomination has this. Every religion has this. This idea that, like, by definition, we are the ones who are correct. Because you're not going to be, Methodists aren't going to be like, nah, well, maybe we're wrong, but, you know, whatever. Like, you think you're correct.
If you don't think you're correct, then
if you don't think you're correct,
fail.
you're going to either convert to the one you think is correct, or you just aren't in it.
Facts.
You just don't care. Like, as a Catholic, I think the Catholic faith is correct. Do I agree with everything that the Catholics have done? No.
But then again, nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. And that's another thing the Catholic Church both has preached and has fought against in its history. Because it is technically a church founded by a man who was the Son of God, who they believe to be the Son of God. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. My mom was calling.
Love our moms.
Of course. You're the best in the world, Mom. Appreciate it. She actually started listening to part of the podcast.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. But where was I? Where was I in that thing? Talking about Pope Francis. Let's just reset. Pope Francis, great man, controversial man in the church because of his certain stances. Like I was saying, he's a humble individual. I say he's because I believe he's still out there somewhere, just chilling, you know. Not like people believe Michael Jackson was still alive and Elvis was out there, but you know.
Yeah. So you do believe that the two people are good? Or do you know those two people?
I'm not really familiar with them. I looked into them a little bit.
Yeah.
When I saw posted they were the two front runners. And I mean, it makes sense. I don't think the church is going to swing back in a very like traditional direction.
Yes.
Away from what they've been for the last, how long has Pope Francis been the Pope? 15 years, something like that?
15?
Something like that. I don't know.
15?
He was around when Obama was around.
Dang.
I think in his first term? It's hard to tell. We're getting up there in age. I don't know.
Whew.
I can feel the wrinkles coming in.
Well, much love to the Pope.
Truly.
I respect everything that he's done. I'm not too familiar, but from what I've seen in the media, he's done a lot. And I hope that he gets that pathway to heaven that he deserves. I really do.
Truly.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see and hope that the new popes are even better somehow.
Hey, we're
Truly.
all about growth.
Growth.
Growth is what we do here in
Build
society.
upon them. A couple of them are quite a bit younger.
Is that good? Can
Yes.
y'all live? Can y'all be a pope forever?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a lifelong appointment until you decide to either retire or you pass away.
Oh.
So by definition, lifelong appointment.
Cool.
Or I don't know if there's some sort of exile clause where the cardinals can get rid of you if they don't like you that much. But
If you're a pope, can you go to like events? I mean, like I've seen popes
Events?
go, like, but like,
Yeah,
could
you-
you go out? I mean, I guess how do
can-
I say?
can you do what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Pope can go wherever he wishes.
Can he go to like a beach?
Yes.
Can he go like to a party?
Yes, but it's very unlikely. The popes go out to meet foreign dignitaries like the President of the United States because technically the Pope is leader of his own nation.
Okay.
Vatican City is its own country.
A little
within
small
Rome.
country, the smallest country in the world.
That way
It
they're not
is.
beholden to any one thing
Thing.
because
And
it
that's
used to be
what-
Rome.
Makes me think that like that's what makes me think that y'all are like kings and stuff because y'all literally have a country, the smallest
Yeah.
country. Y'all have a country dedicated for y'all religion. Y'all are literally separated like church and state. Y'all are like don't care. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool, but can like the
It's-
Pope go and like let's say he can go chill? Like, is it weird for a Pope to go to like a football, basketball game?
Yeah.
It'll be weird for that.
You won't see that very often.
I feel like if I'm
may
the Pope,
see the
you can
Pope.
go have fun, but
Of
like
course
still
you can go
live
have fun. You
life
can go live
religiously.
life, but you've dedicated yourself to Christ, not to your own desires. Now, you could argue it services the church by bringing people in, knowing that you care about their interests as well.
Yeah. Okay.
You may see the Pope in large sporting events like the Olympics, maybe the World Cup, like a slight appearance, but that's more likely for a huge figure like the President of the United States to go to. So you'll probably see Trump at the World Cup, the Olympics.
Which are happening in the United States, in California this year.
Indeed, they are.
Whoa, whoa.
Yes. So you'll definitely see Trump there. I doubt you'll see Pope, whoever it is, at the Olympics here in the United States. The Winter Olympics? I don't know. I don't think so. This year? Wait, what are you saying?
Not this year, like the next.
Yeah, the
Olympics.
next year. Yeah. The next Olympics is happening here.
Yeah.
You'll see
A lot of people.
a lot of people. I doubt. Maybe the Pope will be there. I'll say that. Maybe the Pope, especially if we get a younger Pope. We're definitely going to get a younger Pope.
Well, I mean,
But quite a bit younger.
compared, yeah.
Yeah, he might want to gain interest with the younger crowd. Whatever to bring people to God.
Especially, I mean, I don't think going
Exactly.
into the Olympics, going into any kind of space like that would be bad. I mean, like right now is the playoffs, and if he could make a stop into the playoffs and see like LeBron and Luca go crazy or something, that would be.
They need to go crazy or something to come back.
I'm okay. Hold on. Wait a second. Let's
But
not
no.
talk about the Lakers
All right.
like
But-
that. That's crazy.
I really doubt it. It's going to be for large events. And for us, the playoffs is large. But that even the NBA finals, you're not going to see the Pope at.
I guess more so
That's-
the World Cup,
Especially since he's so
Olympics.
protected because the Pope isn't a political figure. There are politics within the church, of course. He's a spiritual figure.
Yes,
He is a symbol. It's a symbolic position.
I get that.
Going all the way back. Did I say Paul or Peter?
You said Paul.
Okay. But it's a symbolic position of spiritual magnitude.
Okay.
Right? So they're not going to go anywhere they feel they aren't needed, in a sense.
Hmm.
Because meeting with the President of the United States of America at the White House is one thing, because he's the most powerful man in the world. Meeting with LeBron James in the Lakers locker room is far down the list of priorities. Will be dope though. Shout out to the Pope if he does that. I don't know about the locker room, but that'd be cool.
I mean, you got to get the young people involved. And I'm not saying that
Yes.
if you're religious, I feel like no matter what, you're going to follow your religion. But it's not bad to adapt your terms. Imagine living life like the 1600s, and we live life like that all the time. Like, you got to adapt.
That's true. And there have been many times when, even down to dress code, you've wanted, and it works for anything, for armies, for politics. The church has tried to draw people in with surface level things like dress, like showing interest in certain events, and then deeper things like going out into communities, preaching about God, that sort of thing. So I'm excited to see what comes of it. I would love to meet the Pope, and I know I'm heading in that direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope that discussion we have, the Pope and I, does not lead to my excommunication.
Well, if you do, we will take you over here.
I'm okay.
Oh.
But it's okay. I think I'll be okay.
I hope so.
I say okay a lot because I'm trying to manifest it.
Do it. Manifest
We'll
it.
see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pope blank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Shaking your hand and looking into your eyes to see the man underneath. Another thing, I don't think the Pope could be a woman.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's allowed.
Kind of, sort of.
Like how men are not allowed to become nuns.
Men.
There are there is no flexibility there.
And our religion is hit or miss. It depends on who you ask, because sometimes Christianity is very flexible.
Indeed. Especially nowadays.
But the masses is that women can't become like pastors or preachers.
Yeah.
That's what the mass of our religion thinks.
Traditionally.
So, yeah, I get that. I definitely
just like
get that.
men are not allowed to become part of the nunnery at all, under any circumstances. Whether you like that or not, you can't.
Brother Bishop, Brother John. Is that y'all?
It's always, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, people say that about normal church members.
Yeah, but like, aren't y'all like the people that like, oh no, I'm thinking of the people that walk to the houses and they're like, hi. Or Elder John and Elder.
The people that walk to houses, have you heard the good news?
Yeah.
Those are Mormons.
Ooh, Mormons.
No, I am not Mormon.
Those are Mormons. The Book of Mormon is a very good musical. If you haven't watched it, definitely tap into that. The Book of Mormon,
my goodness.
man.
I am not a Mormon. I love Mormons. I've met Mormons. I'm not a Mormon.
Cool. Well, next on our agenda.
Yes. Let's pivot.
Let's pivot it. Let's get to the
Book of Mormon.
Let's get to the playoffs. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
Before we dive into it, what do you think about the play-in tournament?
First off, we had a discussion right before the podcast.
Yes.
I don't know why I was reading the bracket this way. I thought there were 12 games in this playoffs. And the play-in tournament took out the first round, and I was upset. I'm still annoyed because I do not like the play-in tournament. I applaud the NBA for trying new things and trying to spice it up, because at the end of the day, it's an entertainment.
Yes.
The players can feel any way they want because it is a professional sport, but it is without a doubt at its center, at its core, entertainment. It is a game to be played in front of others. But I don't like the play-in tournament.
Me either. Like you said, I do think those 2-3 games that they have between team 7 and 10 are good. I think those 2-3 games, they play very hard to earn their spot, but you got 82 games to get 1 through 8. Why do you need an extra game or two? Like, this was your moment. I don't think it's fair. What if I'm number 7? What if I'm number 8 and my record is like 60. I won like 60 games,
Dang,
50
you're
games. Let's
about
just
to say 60 games at 8? Dang, that
but
is
let's
crazy.
say though, let's say I won 50 games. Let's say 45. Let's say I won 45 games, and the person who got ranked 9 and 10 won like 35 or 30. The gap can be so huge, but because you're in that 9th or 10th spot, you get to fight for my spot now. I don't think that's fair whatsoever.
I mean, you could argue that it's because we're used to once you're 1 and 8, you're set, and then 8 plays 1, 7 plays 2, that sort of thing. They're trying to make it so that there's a more competition, perhaps in the regular season, to not fall into those categories, because you can't let your guard down. If you hit that 7th or 8th spot, you know you're going to have to play to stay in. It's just a feel bad after so many years of having security in those 7 and 8 spots that you could lose it. How many games are there in the play-in?
So if you're 7 and 8 play each other. Yeah. And if 7 wins, whoever wins that one automatically gets that spot. Then the loser plays the winner between 9 and 10. Yes.
And it's all one game.
It's one game.
So that in that case, I do like that because it brings some. I say it like that, but now I think about it, I like one-off games. That's why the Super Bowl to me will always be a bigger title than the NBA championship.
100%.
Because, man, you have an off game. Sorry, you just lost the Super Bowl. If Steph Curry has an off game, but they win the next 4, they win.
Yes.
So in that regard, I do like what the plan is trying to do. It's just cheapened because it's all down to this one game here to get the lowest ranking spot in the playoffs.
Yes.
And then you go to a 7-game series anyway.
Yes.
First off, let's talk about this. I don't think I've ever brought this up.
Okay.
I think they should shorten the amount of games needed to win.
Well, they did when the NBA first started, but it was like 3 for one season. Then it became 5, and then it became 7.
I think it should be put back down to 5 because I am sick and tired of injuries ruining the playoffs every single year, and it ruins it. I do not care anybody says it ruins it. Now I'm used to 4. Mm-hmm. That's been my entire life, but it sucks as a fan to be watching something and people are up. Let's look at the Warriors up 3-1. Injuries and suspensions got them the heck out of there. Everybody knew I was rooting against them, and they were the best team I had probably ever seen. I was glad when they lost because I'm a LeBron James fan. But the Warriors 19? 28? Yeah, 19 when everybody and their mom got injured and they still went 6 games. To be fair, no, not to be fair, bro. 7 games is too many, especially when so many players whine and complain about having to play 82 games in the first place.
Yes.
And I truly do mean whine and complain. I'll probably be similar in their positions because everybody has a different perspective. If I was making like $40 million a year, I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain too much.
Well, so here's my thing about it. I think the NBA, and it's hit or miss, and you can take it both ways.
Okay.
I believe that the NBA has gotten weaker. Let me explain. In a sense of back in the day, people were playing 82 games
straight
over and over and over again. Don't get me wrong. I know the game has
increased in pace.
Absolutely. I know the game has gotten better. I know people are doing things that have never been done before. But with the same sense, your health and your ability to continue living plays a huge factor in what you should do.
That's true.
I don't want it to go back to just dribble, dunk. I like everything that is happening right now. The flashiness, I like it. It's entertaining, which is why NBA has increased in value. It's doing better than other, I'm not going to say what sports, but other sports. It's doing better than other sports because it has an
sports are you
entertainment
talking
factor.
about?
I'm just saying there's other basketball sports out there that aren't doing this one same. But everything is increasing. I think that
It's the same sport. Okay.
Well, you know.
No, is it? Okay. That's all right.
I just feel like things need to change. Look at LeBron James, right? LeBron James, don't get me wrong, LeBron James is 40 something. He's doing great.
41. Yeah.
In his first but over half a decade, he played a lot of games.
He played a lot of games.
Now he's not. He's injured, but that could just be because he's older, right? But then look at other people like AD. Look at people like Luka. Look at people like Kyrie. Look at people like Ja. They're getting hurt so much. Ja Morant, not controversial. I don't care about that part. But the fact that he's like getting hurt all the time. This season he played like not a lot of games. Zion Williams.
Like, he has some other problems, but yeah.
He doesn't play. Like, he gets hurt. When he comes back, he does fantastic. He can give you like 27, 7, and 4 or 5. But he gets hurt. And then he's like, oh, well, now I can't play 30 games. He's been out more games than he's played.
Truly, yeah.
And he's been in the league like 5, 6, 7 years. I just think that's crazy to me. Kawhi Leonard, one of the best basketball players ever.
Kawhi barely is a basketball player.
You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Just get tarnished because of stuff.
That's without a doubt. Their names definitely get tarnished. But let me ask you this. Do you think, I think it's a combination of all. Let me say that first. But do you think the injuries are because of how many games are being played? Or do you think it's more those players' play styles lend more towards injuries? Because we are in an era, like Michael Jordan played every single game he could.
Yes.
And we're like 30 years past his prime and probably more than that, technically past his prime. But he wasn't getting injured like that. And he was moving. He was playing. Yeah. He was taking hits.
Yeah.
But today we have far better technology and health benefits than ever before.
So what's the problem? I don't think it's the game.
Okay.
I don't think it's 82 games is the problem. I think it's the way it's being played. I think we're not training I can say that I'm not the best, but I'm saying like I've seen some injuries happen and it could be
negligence
taken care of. I think it's just sloppy play. It could be people trying to hurt somebody. People who don't land wrong. Sometimes accidents happen, right? Like you can land wrong on your foot and your whole career can just be tarnished. Sometimes it's that first injury that doesn't get healed all the way, healed right, and just happens over. Look at Giannis. Giannis is one of the best power forwards to play the game of basketball.
True.
And he plays a lot of games until the playoffs. And that could be because of the 82 games. And usually around this year, he's doing pretty good. But usually around the playoffs, he's not in the game because he's hurt. I think I can say that, but I have a football mindset. We go out there and get hit every single day.
Yeah, there are people that argue that the NFL season should be shortened to about 14 games.
And I think that's crazy. We play one game a week.
And it's because it's such a contact sport.
It is.
That some of their lives ruin their first, second game.
Yes, it is.
They get their scans and like, you got to stop playing this game if you want to walk for the rest of your life.
You know what's bad? People in like middle school, high school, even like Pee-wee can get seriously hurt from this game.
It's really tragic. Honestly.
It is very, very bad. And I played football my whole life. But I don't know if I want my kid to play. Like I get scared looking at people get hurt because they think, oh, if I can just hit this person, get 2 more yards, I can do better. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to talk about that just real quick, we can go back to basketball in a second, but I've always thought that football is in the distinctly unfortunate position of being like an incredibly fun sport to watch, but so dang dangerous for the people playing it. So the more regulations and safety precautions they make for the league, technically, the less fun it becomes to watch. by definition, it's you are waiting for those hits to happen. You're waiting for people to break tackles.
Yes.
You're waiting for people to be laid out at the last second of the line. But if you like, there are so many rules for protecting the quarterback. There are rules for everything. Like 30 years ago would have been called for holding at this point.
Yes.
That you can't do half of what you used to do. And it's still fun to watch, but we know that as it goes back to like Roman Coliseum times, like you want to see, you don't want to see people get hurt, but you want to see the struggle. And football is in that. I'm sure it's the same with, if you know, you can let us know. I don't really watch rugby. I don't watch stuff like that, but I'm guessing those really high contact sports are dang fun to watch, but so dangerous.
Has to be. So for football, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I love football.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite sport?
Like play defensive lineman. I'm hitting people and I'm blocking. I'm doing my thing, but it is dangerous. Now they're implementing new rules and regulations, and they have new helmets that have like more cushion and stuff.
I heard, yeah.
People in the NFL, people who watch the NFL, people who are growing up trying to get into the NFL don't like it. And I think they're crazy. Don't get me wrong. Again, I like the way the game is. Nobody likes change. But if we don't change, we don't grow as people. I think that the new plans that are initiating, they need to keep it, because if they change it back to the way it was, then one, they're getting overpowered by fans and what people say. They're losing their authority. Two, they're causing a lot of people to get hurt. The changes happen because they saw that something needs to change.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at them because they're trying to help you. They're trying to protect us. They're trying to protect the people who are out there every single day playing for y'all.
You could, to play
stupid,
the fans advocate now, though I do agree with you, these changes need to be implemented. At the end of the day, it goes back to what I was saying about basketball. It's entertainment. There's nobody's voice that matters more to the league and has ever mattered more than the fans, because they're the one paying. If they're like, fine, you know what, put your changes in, I'm not watching anymore, and half the viewership goes down, I bet you, I will guarantee this whole dang apartment, they're repealing some of their stuff to get these people back in, because they will not let the league shut down for the sake, and it's a bit sad, but they won't let the league shut down. They're not going to lose all their investment for the sake of possible security for the players.
And that's what kind of happened with the All-Star week for NBA. They changed it a lot. I didn't watch it this year, and I wanted to. I wanted to watch it because it's different. They got like groups and everything. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but the viewership is going down. It's not down to the point where they're going to do something dramatic. But for everyone that complains, you still watch. So your money, your viewership, whatever it takes for them to keep doing what they're doing, you complaining and you watching it allows them to keep doing it.
Yeah, I thought of that too. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, in recent times anyway, the changes are what is bringing people.
Yes.
Every change they implement, people want to see how it affects the game.
100%.
Now, people always unfailingly bring up, if it was just classic East versus West, it'd be so much better. But with it being, it's only, like, you get to pick your teams, and then another year, it's not even East versus West. It's, what was it this year?
It was, technically, it was just 4 teams. Technically, it was like Shaq, Kenny, like they got to choose the teams.
4 of them, But
it ended up being
old
rookies,
timers versus
old timers, people who are like trying to be on the come up, and then like the G League team.
Yeah.
That's what it ended up being, but it's supposed to be a mixture of everything.
So it ended up really being established versus come ups.
Yeah. And we saw one, clearly. So
them come ups got,
man.
Don't ever let them say LeBron and KD, Steph.
LeBron didn't play.
Okay.
So
You can't let me put him in there.
He didn't play. He was on the team. He got the All-Star vote, I guess, but we
saw him play in the regular season.
We did.
And man, he popped.
He popped enough to make it to the playoffs, and I'm very proud of him.
Okay.
What was that?
We're talking about like a dad who's disappointed in his son.
No, what I'm saying is, no, I'm not disappointed in LeBron. There's no hatred. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I know basketball. I'm not gonna hate on him. He did really good. This season was probably an average season for a LeBron. Not saying it was bad, but crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're doing okay in the playoffs. Luka is carrying the Lakers, which I did not see was going to happen. I'm still not a fan of the whole AD trade. I love LA, but y'all kind of disrespected AD by saying, "Oh, let's just forget everything he's done."
They disrespected Luka by not even telling him, just sending him away.
I mean, I'm glad you're here, Luka.
Yeah,
you know
Luka,
what I mean? Come on, Luka.
You're
Come
definitely
on.
balling, Luka.
To the Lakers, the best team in.
Stop.
Come on now.
You couldn't even finish your sentence.
Because I was about to say something, but Luka is. Thank you for being here. We enjoy you. We hope that you can get us past any trials and tribulations for the future and bring us a title in the next year or two.
Next year or two?
LeBron only has 2 years left.
You think they're beating?
If you say the Warriors right now, it's crazy with a hurt Jimmy Butler who can't walk because his butt hurts.
Stop it. If you're beating a fully healthy Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, nah. No, you're not.
I think we just got to see. I feel like we're gonna get past Ants this series. We're gonna play probably the Rockets. Aren't
you down 2-1?
Aren't y'all about to be down 2-1?
Listen, our series is tied.
Okay, don't y'all play and aren't y'all about to lose? Y'all have one person who's 37. And the next person is who? Pods? That's what y'all got? Shout out to Pods. He's increased. He's averaging what? 10? No, he's got 13 points.
He's a little bit more. But
that man, that's who y'all got. Y'all got Buddy Hield, who averaged 3. Y'all
what annoys me? People were like, bro, Steph can't prop this team up to overcome this. No. We just gave out 2 rotation players and 3 pieces. We gave up we gave up a bunch, and you expect us to play without the piece we gave it up for?
Facts. And then y'all have Kuminga, who I think Kuminga is very good talent, but y'all don't even play him.
It doesn't even
What are y'all doing? The same thing y'all did to Wiseman. Y'all drafted Wiseman.
I think they're worried to tire him.
I don't care. What? I feel like.
But it's coaching is.
Y'all gonna lose.
Call me. Let me hear your Kerr, Mr. Steve Kerr. I love you. You're a fantastic coach. Mount Rushmore coach at this point. Well, you've been able to pull off, but please do some explaining to the fan base.
Kuminga is on the bench, and he hasn't played. He didn't play in the play-in tournament. He didn't play in any of these games. He didn't play before the play-in tournament.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if he's actually injured. But they have to publicly disclose those things.
He's out there playing. He's posted that he wanted to play. He was ready, but
he did do that.
And then, y'all want to try to do this to from the outside, it's y'all are doing it to prove a point. Whatever he's done in the background, y'all are well, we're gonna do this. Same thing that happened to Wiseman. Y'all drafted Wiseman 3. He played pretty decent his rookie year, but he got hurt. Then he came back, and y'all played him for 10 minutes a game, which cool. But in those 10 minutes, he did so much. And then in 10 minutes, he can give you 5 rebounds, a block, and 6 points. And then it got down to 5. And in 5 minutes, he can give you 3 rebounds, 6 points. And then it got down to 2. And he gave you 2 rebounds and 2 points. And then you didn't play him. And now I'm well, what's the point of having the 3rd round pick? And you're well, he doesn't do the intangibles. He doesn't set screens like Draymond does. He doesn't. But this man is not Draymond. This man is
looking for that old system.
And it's going to cost y'all.
Yeah, they're looking for when they were unstoppable, outside of injuries, of course, where there was just nothing you could do.
Yeah.
And Steph is still doing that, but he's only one guy.
One guy.
Draymond is still. Sometimes he has flashes of old Draymond. Sometimes I'm like, oh dang, Draymond.
Defensively, he's still Draymond.
He's crazy good, but
he's also getting older.
You need another scorer, Jimmy Butler. When you come back, let me say this real quick before we move on to something else. Jimmy Butler fit into that system well,
better than I thought.
Quick. What did they get? 25 and 5 in the time they were, and that was like it was some close games in there too.
I was not a fan of the whole Jimmy Butler trade.
Man,
I thought it was not right.
I didn't know about it. I mean, I knew about it. I didn't know I was going to go.
He didn't score a lot before the playoffs. The man averaged like 16, 15.
Man.
He had games where he had like 5 points. And I was like, what are you even here for?
Yeah.
But
when he started,
he showed up in the playoffs.
Woo.
I guess Jimmy is a real thing.
Really a real thing. And he was getting used to that system, because the Warriors, one thing is true, that system, the bones of it are still there.
Yeah.
That moving around, tracking 18 guys while Steph is running for 45 minutes straight.
Yes.
I don't know how at 37 he has that stamina, but man.
Hey, shout out to Steph, shout out to Warriors. But that's enough about the playoffs. The playoffs just got started. We can talk about that later. Let's get into this Final Fantasy track.
Final Fantasy. Let's talk about it before the camera gives out.
Please.
All right.
Let's talk
about it.
We are
on Final Fantasy 3. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Final Fantasy, but those first few games are pretty similar. This game is dang similar to the first one.
Absolutely.
Like, super similar themes. Like the story is pretty similar, just like kind of expanded.
Low key, I feel like I know every Final Fantasy is not the same, but it is definitely kind of like a redo of the first one.
It's like a redo of the first game. I'm enjoying it. I've played most Final Fantasies. I'll be honest, I was going to say the newer ones. I definitely have my favorites. 8, 6, 8, 12, 14, the MMO, 15, 16. But 9 is underrated. Okay. That's a great one. But this one's fun. I'm hoping we can speed up the pace with them so that we can be pretty far along by the time this Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy collaboration comes along.
Yeah, MTG.
Open a few boxes and be like, it's the character from that one thing. That way I don't have to explain it to you.
No, you still will. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
it's just me. You're going to have to.
Hey, isn't that White Mage from Final Fantasy 3?
Hey, who was that again? He's got blue and yellow hat. I don't know who
Invoker. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm really looking forward to when we get to some of those middle games. Like you want to see 6, 7.
I definitely want to see 7.
7, the big one everybody talks about.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm in it.
Shouts to remakes. Those are great.
Yeah. I mean it because of the sequel, Mickey Mouse thing. The Mickey Mouse, the one with the key.
Kingdom Hearts.
Isn't that Final Fantasy?
No.
So then Final I need to stop playing this game.
In Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
So Cloud and Sephiroth show up in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. It's like a collaboration with Disney and Square Enix. They aren't canon to the Final Fantasy universe.
Yeah.
Maybe Tetsuya Nomura, the creator of Final Fantasy, will find some way to interlink them more than he already has. I don't know. I really hope for Kingdom Hearts 4 they do.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it a lot when we get to those games. I think we're going to be super hype in this living room, just thrashing around as moments happen.
This game, so we looked up how long each game took, and they are some long games, and I didn't see why. Story-wise, we're kind of flying through it.
We're going quick.
But
gameplay-wise?
Oh, my goodness.
The grind is real.
How can you just grind this? Every time I walk, I got to get into a fight.
And there are people that really enjoy it. I enjoy it because I'm used to it. But at the same time, they did streamline it in future Final Fantasies where you'll probably still have to grind some. But as you get further and further in the future, closer to the present anyway, you grind less and it's more you're playing through the game. You level up as you need to through the game. You don't have to go out in the forest and fight 15 straight battles of things to get to the next quest. You might have to do like a few side quests here and there to stay on track to be strong enough, but that's really all you really have to do.
I understand it. I don't like it right now. The grind.
Okay.
I like it until it's like that's
Tedious.
all you're doing is grind. Like
that's
when
your
you
whole
have
play
to
session.
Stop the story
Yeah.
and spend like a day or two literally grinding. That's the part I don't like. But I get it because if you look back at the old Pokemon games and stuff like that, it's kind of the same thing. You got to level
fair,
up.
we're playing the remastered versions.
Yeah.
So they didn't used to have the option to turn off encounters. So you're having a fight from every destination, like 15 fights on the way there. That's where we started the first one, and it was tedious.
Make a wrong turn.
Rough. Oh, well, the sea monster beat us up again.
Dang.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Reload the save.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it was probably a bit different, but I will agree. The grind, the way we're playing right now, when we go to location to location, like you said, we're doing the story quick, but then we hit those moments where like, oh, man, it just did 1,000 damage. Killed the whole team in 4 hits.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try again.
My problem now isn't they're strong, don't get me wrong, but these mobs that we're fighting, they're like singling out people.
Yeah, they're singling out characters.
If I fight 4 harpies, each harpy is hitting one person, and it's like, what is this?
So you might win the fight, but one of them is dying.
Yeah, and I don't like that because now I gotta spend time leveling him up again. Like, bro, you don't get to level up if you're dead. Stay alive.
Yeah, and it's a little different because you have to have Phoenix Downs to revive them or use some spells to get them back up, go to a town. But yeah, it'll be better as we continue along the
100%,
series
100%.
and as we get used to playing Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
And eventually it won't even be turn-based. We'll just be fighting people.
Whew. Thank you. But no, Final Fantasy is good. I heard you're also playing a new game.
I am.
Tell us a little bit about that.
In Todd we trust. Todd Howard, or as the community calls him, God Howard, one of the greatest video game directors of all time.
Ooh.
Definitely Mount Rushmore. Surprised us with a collaboration with Virtuos, a studio that works on remastering games.
Okay.
Fantastic. They remastered Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls 4 that originally came out in 2006 for modern audiences. They kept all the jank, all the funny moments, some of the goofy faces in there, but it is in Unreal Engine 5, which is like a really photorealistic engine. It looks amazing. It plays amazing. It feels like it did when I was a kid. It feels like it did a couple years ago when I replayed Oblivion. Man, it is a dream come true. The Elder Scrolls is my favorite fantasy world ever, barring none. Lord of the Rings, Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere, anything.
Okay.
Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls is number 1 for me. So I haven't been able to play it very often because Oblivion, that is, remastered, because I've been busy this week.
Yes.
But man, I was sick on Tuesday and I used that to play. I didn't feel that great, but man, I was having a blast. I do not think, let me say this. Final Fantasy is in my top 5 favorite gaming franchises.
Okay.
Elder Scrolls is number 1. In there is probably GTA somewhere. Maybe Call of Duty, because I've played so many hours of it. And then that's another conversation we have sometime, but
about
your favorite video game franchises and why.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy is up there. I don't think there's... it's kind of hard because I do love Final Fantasy. Especially some of the newer ones get kind of close to this. But Elder Scrolls, there is no more immersive fantasy experience. You create your own character. I love The Witcher where you play as a pre-made character. But the Elder Scrolls, I can do whatever I want. And it feels goofy as it would in the real world. If I'm having a discussion with Jamal and there's a dragon coming in the background and I decide to continue my discussion, we might get lit on fire. And that's exactly what happens in the Elder Scrolls. In Oblivion, I could be... in Oblivion, you could be talking to some random guard and he can get like assassinated by a random character you're talking to off on the side during the conversation.
Dang.
There have been times when you lose access to quest lines in Elder Scrolls because the character you were talking to died. Just randomly. You cannot continue the quest line anymore. And it's hilarious. They've kind of made security against that. They have protected characters that like just go down or lose consciousness and get back up.
Mhm.
But Elder Scrolls, you could spend, same thing with games like Starfield, which I adore.
Yeah.
I love the Elder Scrolls. And Bethesda Game Studios' other works like Starfall. There we go. Not Skyfall, it's James Bond. Another good movie, though.
I thought you were going to say Skyrim.
Skyrim is fantastic. Maybe I was, and I just blanked out.
Mm.
Skyrim is just an Elder Scrolls game, though. But like Fallout, like Starfield, like the other Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim, I love the open-endedness of this Elder Scrolls games, especially Oblivion, because it's so silly. It's so silly, some of the conversations you can have. They were really ambitious back in the day. All their NPCs had their own schedules. So even if you weren't around, they would do stuff.
Yeah.
They'll stop in the middle of the street, talk to each other, but it'll be like, hello, good day. How are you? I've been better. How about you? I've been better. Goodbye. It's something like that. Sometimes it's normal, but... Or you'll go up to people and like, I don't know you and I don't care to know you. I don't know you and I don't care to know you. They'll just get bugged and they'll just talk to you.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, but it's such a fantastic time that I think it's really worth playing.
Okay.
That and Final Fantasy. We
Yeah.
have a long way to go there, but
Too long.
too long.
Too long.
Shout out to Stephanie on that one.
Woo, woo. That's it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited. I'm excited about our meads from Elder Scrolls.
Yes, speaking of Elder Scrolls,
Yeah.
we have the books over there. I should have brought it over here, but we have the Elder Scrolls cookbooks, and we're making mead
Ooh.
today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully very low alcohol content because I don't drink alcohol.
But I made some brandy the other day.
Oh, he did. Some brandy wine concoction. Snowberry cordial is
So
what it's called.
good. It's so good. It's kind of potent.
It's probably a bit too potent.
No.
Okay, for you, it's okay.
No.
For me,
But it's really good. You don't even, I think the bad part is you don't taste it. You taste more of the cranberries.
so it's easier
and
just to
cinnamon.
get completely.
Well, I mean,
gone on
yeah, I mean, if you don't, you're just drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're just like, it tastes so good. I'm going to just drink a whole 3, 4, 5 cups. You know what I know?
Hopefully, you don't go that far, but
I mean,
it's possible.
this
It
one
was
thing,
sweet.
it's like 3 fingers tall, and I don't usually fill it up. I fill it up maybe like halfway,
Okay,
and
not too bad.
I was like, oh, dang.
It's getting to you. You can feel it.
When we first made it, I was like, oh,
Okay.
yeah, no, this is apple juice. The best juice ever. This is not a snowball.
Yeah, it's
berry.
not an apple juice cordial. It's
If
just
it
apple
was
juice.
apple juice cordial, though, wait a second. Do I just need to do this myself?
Oh my gosh.
Next week.
Okay, man.
Next weekend, we're making apple juice brandy. Be with us.
All right, man.
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, we have our mead, and I'm excited about that. I've never had mead before. This is new for me.
Yeah.
So
New for mead. New for me.
new mead. I'm excited about it. How do you feel about it?
I'm
What's
excited
your-
to try it.
Yeah, which
There's
one are
a
you
bunch of
looking to
different
try?
flavors. The one I'm most looking forward to trying, I don't know. Because we have the Hunting Brew mead.
Yeah.
We have the Blackbriar mead. If you played Skyrim, you know those two butt heads, rivals. We have the Juniper Berry mead,
Yes.
which that's probably the one because I don't know what juniper berries really are, and I want to try it. And we have Nord mead, which is like whatever that is. I think it has orange in it, which I do love orange. We'll see. I'm excited for all of them. I really want to make some of those meals in the book, though, like some of those apple pies and stuff.
I want to make that. I think it was like green pea soup or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, that
what
one
it was.
sounded good too.
I've been reading a lot about that online, and a lot of people think that's probably one of the best dishes. I was looking up how to
in
make
this book?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
looking up how to make the brandy,
Okay.
and everyone was like, "Make the brandy," but this is the dish you should eat. And I was like,
green
"Whoa,
pea
isn't
soup?
that cool?" Okay,
Okay. We'll try that out.
Alright.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I'm excited for that one.
But yeah, love Elder Scrolls, love Skyrim, love Oblivion, and I love what was I going to say? Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll love this mead we're making in connection to the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim.
Yeah.
If not, well, we'll have a lot of it because we're making all 4 at the same time.
Absolutely.
Half a gallon each time.
He doesn't drink it, I will. So there's that.
There we go. It'll be gone.
Well, I don't know about that.
I just hope it tastes good. I want to see.
I hope it tastes good.
A bunch of honey in it, and I like honey. So
They have that Life of Water or
the
Water of Life.
Just straight vodka in a fancy bottle.
I don't want to try it, but it looks presentation
crazy.
wise, it looks very, very
It looks like
good.
it would cleanse you.
Yeah. Like
It's truly some sort of magic elixir.
it looks, I don't even know, magical.
We'll see. That and the skooma. We'll see.
Oh,
Yeah, the skooma sounds super sweet,
Yeah.
but it's probably super alcoholic, so I don't want that.
You just made a tea recently from the book. How do
Yes, Canis root tea. Man, it was weird, but I kept sipping it, so I forgot about it.
you? Yeah.
But it was good, and then it was strange, and then it
Mm.
was good again.
Yeah.
So-
So I tasted a little bit of it.
You did?
The first taste is cinnamon. It reminds me of like if you ever had one of those hot tamale, like the Red Hots.
Yeah.
It tastes like that. It quickly changes to something I've never experienced in my life.
Yeah, we had like dandelion root and burdock root in there.
And then it tastes decent again.
It does.
But
it's
that
a very
middle
interesting-
taste is,
I don't know. It's almost a turnoff. It's so strange. But
but it invites you back.
yeah, I went back like 8 times.
I don't understand it.
Man, it was good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make something else next time.
I want to talk about like lastly before we,
Okay.
I want to talk
see
about
if the camera can make it.
hopefully. I want to talk about our new journey that we're taking with movies and
Okay.
cinema and how we're doing about that. In particular, we are on a journey. First off, let me just say, as a kid, I didn't grow up watching a lot of movies. I didn't watch a lot of Disney movies. I'm not particularly familiar with a lot of those, so I want to get into that. But also actors. I'm an actor. I'm the
You
best
are?
actor that there ever was.
That's pushing it, but
But
I'm proud of
I
you for saying that.
struggle with names in general, not just actors. I struggle with
Characters.
names. I have a problem with it. I've watched Naruto. I've watched
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. I'm watching it again right now. And I can only tell you Goku and Vegeta and Gohan and Piccolo. Like,
What about Bulma?
there's Bulma.
Krillin?
Krillin's bald.
Yamcha?
Yamcha's the GOAT.
All right.
But I can't
Master
tell you.
Roshi?
I can't even tell you who lives with Master Roshi. I can't tell you. And I've recently watched that. But I don't know. But our journey, we're watching Creed. We're going to watch the
We are.
Creed series.
We're gonna watch Creed.
Never watched that, but Michael B. Jordan.
Should be good.
I know that name. He's
Hey.
really talented, and I want to watch that. I want to
Yes.
watch the
Sinners.
Sinners. Oh my
Hey,
God.
we gotta
I
watch
don't know
Sinners.
anything about Sinners, but I've heard from y'all that it was really good. So I want to
Really
tap
good.
into that as
We'll
well.
see. I'm excited for it. It's
Oh.
got great reviews.
Great reviews.
Really don't walk out of this theater just
Disappointed.
disappointed, dazed.
Y'all better not
Confused.
set us up. I don't think they would.
Make
though.
y'all some sinners.
I don't think they would. I think they led us on the right path.
Okay.
I want to see that movie. I want to watch Gladiator 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet with Denzel.
Yes.
And I love some Denzel, so
Yeah. We just watched, not recently, a few months ago, we've been on a Godfather Mafia type
yeah, it's been a few
journey.
months.
And
Yeah.
that was fantastic. I've never
It
seen The
was.
Godfather, Scarface, Robert De Niro. I was new to it. You woke me on that.
Well, you had already seen Scarface, but right? You'd seen Scar, or did you just
No,
watch it by
I seen
yourself?
Scarface. What did we watch?
We watched The Irishman. We
Irishman.
watched The Godfather 2.
Yeah.
We didn't watch part 3.
There's a third one?
There is a part 3.
He doesn't tell me these things.
It's not really good.
Look, we watched The Matrix together. Never watched The Matrix, and he showed me them. He's like, "There's 3 Matrixes," and I was like, "All right, cool. We can finish the
No.
third one." And then he's like, "Well,
No.
there's actually a fourth one, but we're not going to watch that one." So
I told him there were 4, but we can watch 3, see how he felt. And I felt like he only had to watch 3.
see,
But I told him there was a 4th one. He just made it seem like I didn't want him to watch it. Just like he made it seem like I didn't want to watch the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean. Just like he made it seem like I didn't want him to watch
the last Indiana Jones,
4th and 5th Indiana Jones movies.
See, like he doesn't like the endings of stuff, and I try so hard.
Listen,
I'm like, look, let me watch it. Let me.
Everybody who's seen these series know Godfather Part 3. Come on,
man, no.
Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and Dial of Destiny versus Raiders, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. Come on. Matrix 4, whatever he was even called, versus the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Come on.
I think this journey of watching stuff that we're on together not only strengthens our relationship, but increases our skill of acting and criticizing and growing, because we see a lot of different movies that have made it so far and they're right, that we can learn something from those actors. I would think so. I don't want to watch something and just look at it for entertainment purposes. I've kind of grown past that in my life.
Okay.
And now I watch it. Not saying that I don't. I want to be entertained.
You're just critical.
But now when I watch a movie, I'm watching everything.
Okay.
I'm watching the way the camera was cut. I'm watching the way they're walking. I'm watching everything. It's so hard for me to just watch a movie nowadays.
That's fair. And we watched it with Stephanie. And it was interesting to see the difference between your reactions, because I think you were watching those with more critical eye than she was. So if you have somebody who's just watching it for pure entertainment versus everything else, it's cool to see the differences. We'll do the same with Creed. And I think you did that with Batman too. The Batman. Because you were had the movie pause. You're like, man, the camera work in this is crazy.
What?
I'm like, I'm telling you, this is a masterpiece.
That new Batman movie, it's not Ben Affleck.
With Robert Pattinson? Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Or Robert Pattinson.
Twilight dude.
Yes, Twilight.
Man, that movie was shot so good.
What a cinematic marvel that was.
What? The lights? What?
So good.
Whoever directed, whoever edited, whoever put that together.
I think that was Matt Reeves.
Props to you.
Yeah. Great job. Fantastic cinematographer. Forgot his name because I'm not good with names either.
See?
But I'll look it up. Fantastic. Great set design, great costume design. Man, what a masterpiece.
But on our list right now, we have Creed 1, 2. Is there a third one?
I think there's a third one now.
Creed 3. We got to watch those. We're watching Sinners. And I want to watch 1912, 1917.
1917, 1914, something like that. Yeah, I really like that movie.
Never seen it, but I want to watch it so bad.
Should be good.
If you have anything to add to our journey, also, like I said, I don't watch movies and stuff. So please tell me something. I've never seen Snow White.
Yeah, that is crazy. The original Disney movie.
One of my clients was singing. The only song I know from Snow White is the "Hi ho, hi ho, it's on to a ho."
Yeah,
that's the only one I know. And he was singing it, and I was like, "Oh, Snow White," and they're like, "Yeah." And then that's it. I don't know. I know Snow White lived with dwarves and that she was poisoned by an apple. And
you got the basics down.
I never ever seen it, but apparently people don't like the new Snow White. Have you heard of that?
People went into that movie expecting not to like it. All I've seen are clips of the actress doing people making fun of her doing this.
I seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, but it's a bummer because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of people working on those.
Yes,
but if it's bad, it's bad.
But is it? I won't say it's bad because I didn't watch it. But I saw
they changed the story.
That's what I heard
with
too.
Modern audiences, she doesn't want to be saved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like the dwarves. If you heard that.
Yeah. Originally, they weren't going to do dwarves. They thought it was demeaning towards real life dwarves, little people.
Yes. But isn't that in the story?
Yeah.
How can you be mad about changing the story? But you're going to want to change it in impactful moment.
Yeah. So in the end, people complained until they just CGI'd a bunch of dwarves in instead of getting real actors, which made people angry too. But you know,
Yeah. What's his name? I don't know. The guy from Game of Thrones, that
Peter
dude.
Dinklage.
Yes, he was upset. He was like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that y'all even had dwarves, like, or not had, but like even had that representation. Like, he was like, they was distasteful and
The most famous group of dwarves maybe ever in any form of media, just thrown away.
That is wild.
It's awkward for sure, but
That's
they
crazy.
did it. You know, whatever.
Crazy. But yes, please give us a movie list. Maybe
Yeah.
what's your favorite movie? Tell us.
On
I
top-
want to watch it.
Yeah, truly. He hasn't watched a lot of movies. He's caught up a bit, but he needs some recommendations. Also, let me know if there's any remasters to any games or any games that you love that you wish you had remastered from your childhood. I'm enjoying Oblivion, but maybe you just really want that good old I don't know. I think there was like a Mighty Ducks game I used to play that I really wish.
Mighty Ducks
Yeah,
game?
I don't know why that came to my head, but that game was really fun.
I used to love that
Yeah.
movie.
But any games, maybe you just really want them to remake 007 GoldenEye. Something
Good
like
game.
that. But let me know. Let him know some movies. Let me know some
Please.
games. Let us know who you think the Pope's going to be. Speaking of, during the break, in which you hopefully didn't notice too often, too easily. Yeah. I realized I had said Paul was the first Pope. It was actually Peter. I think I corrected myself earlier in the
You
podcast.
tried to, and I was like, well, you said Paul.
You definitely came back and just kept saying I said Paul. It's Peter. I was thinking to myself, like, did I say Paul instead of Peter? But yeah, it's Peter.
Okay.
Thank you,
First
Peter.
Pope Peter. We should pray for you. I don't know. Do y'all have like a?
There's no salute. You just pray for the.
Isn't that the thing y'all do?
Bro, I'm not blessing him. Like,
Is it? Have you seen that? He's like,
using the force.
and they all get quiet.
And yeah, it's the air authority. He's like,
That's aura.
listen, it is some major aura. We're talking about Catholics. Come on, aura wise, we got drip.
Yes.
We got prestige.
What is aura? It's just isn't it just being in uniform?
Aura is how you carry yourself.
Yes, but like specific like moments
A lot of it is
are just
uniform.
Like y'all are in unison. Y'all
When
are
I showed
like
up to military
on
bases,
one accord.
I did sense the aura when I saw them all marching in uniform. I'm like, dang, Mom. Y'all are out here getting it done. She's like,
What?
okay, Dominic.
No, we could talk about that too. But when I went to like boot camp and we had to do cadence calls,
Yeah.
that was my favorite. I was my like platoon leader, dude. We would be marching. Let me tell you, this is a tangent for sure, but I love cadence calls. I love everything about the military, and I would have went, but then I was like, I want to act. And they were like, you can act in the military.
Kinda.
But no, I want to go to college and I want to act. But we used to do these cadences. We'd be a yellow bird. What? Oh my God. I
Aura.
craved everything about the military.
If there's ever a military coup, at least they'll do it with style.
Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely.
Bit off topic, but good
Yeah.
to say. We need to know.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so, other than go out, get Oblivion remastered. It's worth it. Go out, watch some movies, maybe some that you have heard about.
Yes.
Let us know if they're good. We'll add it to the list, maybe.
Please. Well, please.
Just do it. Even if we don't get around to it yet, let us know.
Yes. I think
And
this
then-
week for sure, I want to watch Creed.
Okay.
Y'all keep us accountable. They're going to
Yeah.
keep us accountable.
Please do. We'll watch Creed if we don't get too sidetracked. Don't let us get sidetracked.
No, we can take 2-3 hours out of our day.
Talking about just one Creed or all Creeds?
All of them in 1 week?
Okay,
we're
that's what I
busy
was
people.
asking.
I
That's
was
what
like, hold
okay.
on now.
Yeah, if we're doing just Creed, the
We're
movie,
busy people.
we can do it. Also, let us know who you think the Pope's going to be.
Yes.
Any of the ones we slightly alluded to, maybe you know their names. Also, maybe they just chill and don't have one. Maybe they bring back Peter. They just not. I don't know what I'm saying.
Easter did happen.
They're like, you know what? Let's just pray to Peter for guidance and
And maybe get rid of the Pope.
I don't think we should go.
Oh,
that
okay,
far.
all right.
No, I
I
don't
was just
think that's
trying new things out.
Yeah.
You know,
I
change.
appreciate you throwing some ideas out there.
Yeah,
No need to get rid of the Pope.
you're okay.
Should it be one of us? Probably not, because we honestly would have no idea what we're doing. And yeah,
Okay. I feel like
Probably.
I'll make a good pope, but
well,
there's only one way to find out.
yeah, become Catholic.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else from you, Jamal?
Yeah, little closing remarks.
Okay, let's get some.
Thank y'all again for coming. This is the episode 1 of Soul Oasis. We are happy that y'all are here with us. If you don't take anything away from this, know that we are here for you, that we are here to grow on a journey with you. This is a safe haven. This is the Soul Oasis that we want to grow and encourage others to come and speak their truths. Drink your apple juice and prosper. Live your life.
Indeed.
Be good. Make this week better than last week.
Indeed. Connect.
Yes.
We hope you find it easier to connect with us.
Absolutely.
Now we had a nice little discussion. I hope you found it easier to connect with each other. All right, just because this episode of the Oasis is ending, the Soul Oasis. Once you step off the Oasis doesn't mean you can't connect with the people around you.
No.
Family members, friends, loved ones, each other in the comments. So feel free to have discussions. Maybe you guys just really have strong feelings about who the new Pope should be, that they should remaster a certain game, that one movie we mentioned is just absolutely terrible. Let each other know.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes.
And we will see you very soon, hopefully.
Absolutely. There's Instagram, Spotify. Check us out.
Yes.
Everywhere, YouTube.
Follow
like,
us.
Share, subscribe. Everything what they say.
Yes, exactly.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe with your friends, family, loved ones, like I just said. With anybody you can.
Yes.
Let's get the discussions going. And we hope to see you again in the Soul Oasis very soon.
See you soon.
See ya.